people. Right, so today we are going to discuss a practical class here. We will have an idea of what this experiment is about. Okay, the class is on differential count of leukocytes. Okay, just now we completed our university practical examination. I have a lot of stories to tell you from the examination. But before that, let us talk about differential count of leukocytes. I will tell these stories as and when I am discussing slides in this topic. Okay. Now, there is one reason why I am discussing this class first as a theory topic. We will have a small video to see, and then we will actually go and do. Because understanding a lot of things and visualizing and understanding aspects here are very important before you actually go and do stuff. Okay, I need to revise certain aspects before we start doing. Okay, so let us take this as an introduction class for differential count. Now, before I actually go into the topic, students usually feel that if there is one experiment that traditionally students feel that I should not get in university exam, it is differential count. That doesn't make it a difficult experiment. Usually students feel this way. I used to think, why is it like that students feel it that way? Reasons are many, but one prime reason I feel is it's a little long experiment. Okay, it takes some time for a beginner to do, not everybody. For a seasoned person, maybe half an hour you can finish. It's all a question of getting practice. Plus, I feel because it's a long experiment, there are many steps involved. And because there are many steps involved, you can go wrong in many steps. And once you go wrong, it's not very easy to get a right result. Although we go wrong mostly in the early stages, then everything you do after that is of no use. Not much use. Okay? Now you will understand more as we discuss this topic, but my idea is not to scare you. Right? I find it a fabulous topic. I really love differential count a lot because I like challenges. Okay, so if you look at it as a challenge, you will enjoy this practical class. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, let us move on. Let's now go to discussion on differential count of leukocytes. Now please note, I mentioned in the topic differential count of leukocytes. I didn't say differential count. So try talking in full sentences. Like a common thing, when I ask an exam, what is your experiment? RBC, sir. RBC what, sir? RBC fry, masala. What? Hotel போயிட்டு என்ன வேணும்? chicken. Chicken என்ன சார்? Chicken. Chicken நிறைய இருக்கு சார். Chicken. Do you say that? You say no, it's specific. So RBC what? Enumeration of RBC count. RBC what? RBC count. RBC count what? Estimation of RBC count, enumeration. Something you do. Full sentence. Same way, what is your experiment? DC, sir. No, that is a wrong answer. You can't say DC. Is that clear? Learn to talk in full sentences. What is DC? What is... That is the easiest way to irritate an external examiner. You should look for ways of impressing your external examiner, isn't it? Isn't it? நான் சொல்லி தரேன், யாரும் சொல்லி கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. இப்படி சொல்லுங்க அப்படின்னு. If you say, what is your experiment? Differential count of leukocytes, that itself tells something, because nobody else would have told like that to him or her till that point. Purida? Oh, is it? So if you answer, usual exam, this is how it goes, okay? This time, exam, this is how it went. What is your experiment? DC, sir. So I am forced to ask a question now. What is DC? Correct? What is the answer? They'll say differential count, sir. And automatically I have to ask, what is differential count? In this exam, none of them answered. Not one person answered, what is differential? You know what students tell me when I ask, what is differential count? DC, sir. I don't know whether we do it knowingly or unknowingly. These are all ways you irritate examiners. What is ECG? Please don't say electrocardiogram. Everybody knows it is electrocardiogram, isn't it? And somebody asks you, what is electrocardiogram? Don't say. It just shows how dumb you are. It doesn't show that you are intelligent. What is the answer expected if somebody asks you what is ECG? If you say it is a recording of electrical activity of the heart, that is impressive. What is ECG? Electrocardiogram, sir. You should see the examiner's face change immediately. They will, okay, what is electrocardiogram? ECG, sir. விட்டுருங்க சார், இதுக்கு மேல கேட்காதீங்க சார். நான் என்ன வச்சுக்கிட்டா வஞ்சகம் பண்றேன். So don't get caught in this circle, okay? Whether it is DC or differential count, what is differential count? For that, முடிப்பான் உடனே. Usually that's what happens. Then the examiner asks, help பண்றாரு examiner. But students don't realize that. You know how examiner tries to help you? He will ask, okay, tell me what is total count. He assumes total count is easier. அல்ல examiner உங்க மாதிரி short formல பேசுறாங்க. He'll say, what is TC? What is TC? Not transfer certificate, okay? TC also tried to say total leukocyte count. It will sound better. TC, total count. Try saying total leukocyte count. It will sound so much, you know. Your words should tell who you are. That is enough. So the question is total leukocyte count or total count. What is total count? Total leukocyte count. If you have done that experiment already, correct? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So response is what is total leukocyte count? Anybody who can raise their hand and answer? Anybody? Quick. What is total leukocyte count? Yes, you. Get it? நீ மட்டும் தானே திரும்பி பார்க்குற, அப்படின்னா நீ தான். Number of WBCs. Sit down. Total leukocyte count. The keyword is what, you know? Keyword is per millimeter cube of blood. புரியுதா? Total number of WBCs per 1 millimeter cube எவ்வளோ WBCs இருக்கு? That is total leukocyte count. Is that clear? Please don't get confused between total leukocyte count and differential leukocyte count. Both are leukocyte counts. This is another problem in exam. அங்க எழுதிருக்கு differential leukocyte count னு. இவன் வந்து எனக்கு apparatus இல்ல அப்படிங்கிற. ஏன்டா இல்ல? He is trying to do total count. ஏன் எனக்கு அதுதான் சார் தெரியும், எனக்கு தெரியாது. Don't get confused between these two. So what is differential count? We already know per millimeter cube how much leukocytes are there. This is also leukocyte count. Why do we need another leukocyte count? Anybody wants to attempt what is differential leukocyte count? Yes.
Different types of WBCs.
Yes.
Used to count the different types of WBCs in particular.
Yes. She's trying to say, sir, there are different types of WBCs. We have read neutrophils, eosinophils, etc. And we want to find out how many neutrophils per millimeter cube. How many eosinophils per millimeter cube. That is not differential count. If you count, that becomes absolute neutrophil count, that becomes absolute eosinophil count. Do you understand? Per millimeter cube. Purida. That is not differential count. Per millimeter cube, how many eosinophils are there? That is absolute eosinophil count. That's a separate experiment. It's not there for you. Again, coming back to the same question. So, what is differential count? Anybody? Make an attempt. Different types of, yes. Distinguish. But there is a count, no? Differentiate, good. Differentiate, no. And count different types of WBCs. Okay. No, okay. No, not in cubic millimeters. Agatha. Okay. Word clear. Differential count. Differential, different types of WBC. You count the different types of WBCs not in per millimeter cube of blood. Then what? And give it as a percentage. Different types of WBCs, count of different types of WBCs expressed as a percentage. Percentage na enna sir? Enna sir? Please solirunga. Enju valikku. Percentage na enna solirunga. What is percentage? Per 100. 100? Per 100 ml. 100 of anything. 100 of anything, right? How much percentage marks you got? Out of 100 marks, how many you got? Percentage, if 100 WBCs are counted, 100 counted, how many is neutrophil? If 100 WBCs are counted, how many is eosinophil? If 100 WBCs are counted, how many are Purida? This is if examiner asks you what is differential count, you say I count up 100 WBCs and tell you how many individual cells are there expressed per 100 or percentage. That is called yes or no? Karthik. That is differential leukocyte count. So what is the difference between total count and differential count? This is a favorite exam question. What is the difference between total count and ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் முதல்ல வித்தியாசம் இருக்கு, புரியுதா இல்லையா? அதனாலதான் ரெண்டு பேர் இருக்கு, புரியுதா இல்லையா? In exam, don't go and confuse between these two. இத பத்தி கேட்டா அத சொல்றது, அத பத்தி கேட்டா இத சொல்றது. Don't do that. I will tell you many such confusions among students. So the question now is, what is the difference between total count and differential count? Anybody wants to get up an answer? என்னப்பா இப்பதானப்பா சொல்லி கொடுத்தேன். ஆர்த்தி சொல்லலாம். முடியலையே. total number of leukocytes per cubic millimeter. That is important. Keyword முக்கியம்ப்பா. உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் ஸ்கூல்ல சொல்லி கொடுத்தாங்களா தெரியல, but whenever you give an answer, there is a keyword always that somebody is looking for. In the when you say total count, total number, that is not important. What is important? That everybody knows. Total count is total number of leukocytes. That everybody knows. What is the key that is missing there? Per cubic millimeter. What is differential count? Excellent. Expressed as a percentage. Different types of WBCs expressed as a percentage. When you say percentage per 100, then I understand. That is the key word there. Do you understand? Good. Very good. Sit down. Did you all understand this? Shall we move on? Yes. Well, that is what we discussed just now. We saw what is the difference between total count and differential leukocyte count. Understand, both are leukocytes. Okay. Next question is, what is the need? What is the need? Why should I know? Already I know there are so many WBCs per millimeter cube of blood. Why am I so interested to know how many neutrophils, how many eosinophils? Why should I know? Anybody wants to attempt? Yes? Okay, yes. Excellent. Different cells have different functions. Very good one.
So, if the class means that function.
If particular total count may be normal. Total count may be normal. But if you see differential, there is a selective lack of one particular cell. That function may be lost. அது எப்படி எனக்கு தெரியும்? இது பண்ணாதானே தெரியும். 5 leukocyte இருக்குப்பா, இதுல எது இல்லன்னு எனக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்? You understand? Very good. So that is one way you can answer. Anything else? That is one way you can answer. You can say that some cell is missing, so how to find out? That function will be missing, so how to find out? அது டெஸ்ட் பண்ணாதான் தெரியும். இந்த டெஸ்ட் பண்ணணும். There is another reason. If one particular cell is more, I don't know, that particular cell alone is more. That also may tell me something is wrong. Purida. So to identify all this, that there can be a selective increase of one cell or a selective decrease of another cell, with total count being normal. Normal or abnormal, doesn't matter. This is more specific. Total count is non-specific. Purida? That is the need. That means automatically it is understood. I, as a student who is doing differential count and studying about WBCs, the examiner will expect you to know about function of different types of WBC. Purida? You should know what are the different types of WBC. You should know what is the function of neutrophil. The examiner kepara kekmatara. Attai kepara. condition where neutrophil count will be increased. You are expected to know. That is the idea of doing the experiment. Tell me one condition where eosinophil count will be less. Can he ask or not? So that comes to the point that every cell you must know conditions, you must know first function, then you must know conditions causing increase and conditions causing decrease. We'll come to that a little later. We'll come to the experiment. This is practical. Even though students find it difficult, I break it for convenience for you all into 3 separate steps. And please note, each step is interdependent. The first step is being more important than the next steps. What are the 3 steps? 3 yeses. First step is to smear. Create a smear. That is the first step. Adina sir, smear. We'll come to that. Okay? Smear. Second step is stain. Stain. We'll come to that. What is stain? Next is spot. Spot means what? Identify. Our Vidyasangal can spot the difference. Spot, identify, paru. Spot and count. Not enough to spot. You identify, this is neutrophil. You have to count so many. 1 neutrophil, 1, 2, 3, count. Okay? Now we'll try to explain what are the individual steps in detail. Are you ready? Okay? The first step, it says smear. What do you understand by the word smear? English smear appadina enna artham? Tamil la solunga smear. Smear. கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா ஸ்மியர்ங்கற வார்த்தையை? Yes or no? எங்க கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்க? எங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க? எதுலமா? ஆட்டோ பெயிண்ட் ஸ்மியர் பண்றோமா? எங்கமா எனக்கு உங்களுக்கு தெரியுது ஆட்டோ பெயிண்ட் ஸ்மியர் I don't know. Anyway, if you understand, okay. See, for example, you are writing in the notebook, right? As you write, alla paint பண்றீங்க ஏதோ. அங்கல ஸ்மியர் அப்படிங்கற வார்த்தையை யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. என்ன what does it mean? Smudge, if you just தேய்ச்சிட்டு தேய்க்கிறது இல்ல ஸ்மியர்னா என்னது? தேய்ச்சி விட்டுறது. தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா அதுதான். If you put ice cream on this wall, if you try to wipe it away, will everything come out? No, there will be something on the wall. So somebody will say, what have you done? You have smeared. You have smeared the wall with smear na purida அப்படி தேய்ச்சி வெச்சிருது. Clear? ஒரு ஸ்பாட் இருந்தது. What do? We create a smear. அப்படியே அதனால தேய்ச்சு. Okay? Now I will show you what is a smear. Then you will understand it better. Stain you know. Stain means what? To put color, add color. That is stain. And lastly, to spot, that means identify. So you must be well versed with 3 areas in this experiment. What are the 3 areas? So you must know how to smear. Smear what? Blood. That's why we call it blood smear. Instead of ice cream, if it is blood and then it is dragged, it is called blood smear. So that is the first part of the experiment. Preparation of blood smear. Second part will be you should know how to stain. You must automatically then the examiner can ask you, what is the stain? What is it made of? What is the function of the stain? Isn't it? How are you going to use the stain? And lastly, you must know how to identify the cells. How to differentiate between a neutrophil and a eosinophil from a basophil, from a lymphocyte, isn't it? So these are the three aspects. Good. These are the three aspects. These are the three aspects that you must wake up. Three aspects you must know. Okay, first let us look at a video. Look at a video to understand about how to make a blood smear. Now people in this video I want you to observe and note certain things, but please don't write down the name of this company, etc. This is there in YouTube. I found it from YouTube. And all that is shown in this video is not what we are going to do exactly. Clear? I will tell you what is required, what is not required. First of all, it says what? Read it. Right and genes are stain. புரியுதா? அதுவே கிடையாது.